And so we come to assignment 5. You might be asking yourself at this point, isn't this all kind of artificial? Research projects are things that are done in schools and seminaries. They don't really reflect real life in any possible way. And so you might be thinking, is this really going to be helpful to me in my future? Well, let me say a little bit about the average research project. It really reflects a lot of life in life as we're trying to solve problems and deal with things that we're facing in our lives. We generally have to pose some kind of question. We have to say something about the problem that we're trying to resolve and make that concise. We also have to gather evidence material. We can't simply go on speculation. I think this, or in my opinion that. And so we gather material, and ultimately we have to make some kind of a decision, which results in kind of an exposition to ourselves of why we would take this route or use that solution as opposed to another one. And so I don't see the research project as artificial as much as an exercise in problem solving that really affects every kind of aspect of our lives and ministries. We are constantly problem solving, and this is a good exercise to teach us how to think through a problem to a solution using gathered evidence. For this assignment, you're asked for each of your research questions to develop a final, uh, for each of your research topics, to develop a final research question and make that the one that you're going to choose, the ultimate one, and develop a final outline. For that outline, look at the model in the assignment, and I think you'll see that I want a little more detail here. I want subheadings. I want to have a clear sense of the direction that you're going. The reason for this is that uh, research projects often rise or fall on the kind of quality of research question and the outline. I once had a student who came to me at the end of his master's program. He was doing a thesis, and 2 weeks before he had to submit his thesis, he said, "I'm quitting." And I said, "What, are you quitting your thesis?" And he said, "No, I'm quitting everything. I'm leaving ACTS." And I said, "Well, what's the problem?" Obviously, he had come to me expecting that I would have some kind of an answer to him. And he said, "My thesis is just not working. Nobody can figure out why it's not working. My advisor can't, I can't. It just doesn't seem to flow, or something's not right." And I said, "Well, give me a copy and come back this afternoon. We'll see what we can do." So I took a look at it. First thing I looked at was, is there a good research question? And there was. And then I looked at his outline. And when he came back to see me, I said, "I understand what your problem is. Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 are in the wrong order. You're expecting people in Chapter 3 to understand stuff that they can't understand. And you've got to have a Chapter 2 that precedes it that will make all of that work. So the order is wrong. Your outline is broken." And so he went back and he fixed it, reversed the chapters, and did some revision. And he passed and he graduated. The outline is really crucial. When it comes to the bibliography, what I'm looking for is something like a tight bibliography. In other words, a bibliography that provides substantial support to your research question. Uh, it the idea of these peripheral kinds of resources. So you're doing something on the Exodus from Egypt, and you've got a book on Bible geography. It's too broad. It's too peripheral. You want things that are well focused on your research question, or well able to provide support to it. So keep it tight, keep it narrow, so that the subject matter is pretty consistent all the way through to the end. Have a look at the rubrics at the end for some things that I'm looking for. I've made a number of suggestions for how to uh, keep your project working well. And I wish you the very best in your ongoing research of ACTS and in being able to apply these principles in daily life and ministry. Thank you.